now pass on to beautiful bridesmaid.
Hello, I know it's not tradition for the bridesmaid to make a speech, but Katie's asked me to do it, obviously. As she said, she does when she wants. What she wants, when she wants to do, so I thought I'd do it. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Fran. I've known Katie for 16 years. Being her bridesmaid today is such a huge honour for me. I've got plenty of stories that I could tell that would really probably embarrass Katie, but I'm not going to do that now. But I can be caught, so I'll be the public. So the stories are all yours. Now, I met Katie at school when she was asked to show me around. I was the new girl. And you know that the teachers always ask the nice girls to show the new girl around, don't they? And that's exactly what Katie was, and still is. She was the epitome of niceness, and I felt so lucky to have her as my friend. We quickly practically became part of each other's families, chatting together every day at school. Most weekends we'd spend time just chatting at each other's houses. And every evening on the phone, Chris, we'd have another chat. But if we added up all the chatting, you're probably looking at a good 3 years chat, really. So she always was a pretty girl, a popular girl, a straight-A student, a nice and sensible girl who always made the right choices. And she even became head girl at school, actually.
Not head boy.
Oh, you were head boy?
The best sportsman as well.
But obviously, as we know, even angels can be subject to a bit of a halo malfunction. Okay. Now I'd like to take you back to 1996. Now, Chris has already told this story, which is probably synchronised speeches. I'm going to give you my point of view. I'd just like to say what did actually happen. Now, Katie would have guessed had been wearing a Pearl Jam t-shirt, Doc Marten boots, and may or may not have had pink hair. And we were both bored teenagers, trying to find our best, to have some reason to have a little bit of teenage angst, and live a bit of a rock and roll lifestyle. So we decided to do something wild, something truly crazy, in Yaxley, but we couldn't really do those things. So we decided that we'd sleep in a tent in Katie's back garden. Now, after a good chat, we sort of decided that some of the other teenagers that we knew had been drinking, and we thought, well, come on, we'll give it a little whirl. So what could we have? You know, Bacardi Breezer, nice white wine spritzer, no, bottle of brandy. No, brandy Chris never touched.
Never touched it.
Never touches it, does it? Never touched it. So Katie snuck in there. Well, she wasn't nice, but she did, you know, she snuck in. She took the brandy. We sort of were saying, what's the look, don't breathe out your nose. And we were just sort of swigging it. After a little while, everything just seemed really, really hilarious. But as Katie was a nice girl, we could not afford to be caught. So we came up with a cunning plan, which was topping up the brandy with vinegar to give it that more authentic colour and smell. A little bit of vanilla essence. Anyway, as Katie pointed out, her dad never touched it, so we were covered basically. However, he did touch it. The very next evening, we had a drink. And I was still there. Now, the morning after that, we sort of sensed that there was something going down. Katie's brothers were in the living room, and I was like, just come down and see what's happening. I need to bring my mum and dad to pick me up at some point. So Slim and Dave were sort of, you know, in a bit of disgrace. And what could we do? We looked in the kitchen. There's an empty bottle of brandy by the sink and this yellow stain. We were what can we do? Obviously, Katie, being a nice girl, decided she couldn't let them take the blame. You know, not for long. So she did confess. But the fact that she was such a sweet girl, Chris couldn't really believe her at first. Couldn't even believe her. Anyway, Chris, I've got an overdue present. Years and years later, we both became teachers and we shared a flat in London. And now it isn't easy, as a lot of people in here know, it's not easy being single in London. You have to come up with a set of criteria so you know the man who wants to go out with you is worth going out with. Now, even before I'd met Ed, there were many reasons that I had him down for a decent guy. Firstly, it was because of his skill with text messages. Basically, Do you remember that?
Yes,
That was important.
analysing.
You wouldn't wait the entire day to get back to her, and actually, it wasn't always like texting. He rang her for chats, and we all know we girls like a good chat. So that went down the storm in our flat, in our household. Now, the chats lasted hours, and this was actually unheard of back then, when it wasn't unusual for us at the time to get to text a guy and literally spend the next 5 hours staring at our phone waiting for a response, and then think, oh no, I didn't ask him a question. That's why he didn't get back to me. Then send a question, then spend 5 hours waiting for the response to a question. Then from day one, you get the golden phone award. So you even rank for chats then. And also, after Katie had been to see you, we'd have the date dissection in Covent Garden, you know, and there was never ever. But there was never anything negative. You know, I'd be ready for the date dissection. Come on, you know, tell me all the bad things. I mean, normally there would be. We'd be like, oh, it was okay. Weird shoes though. Or oh, I was alright. Makes a bit of a weird noise with cleans his throat. Which was always lovely, which was great for me. But actually, when she met me, she was just so relaxed and so happy from the start. There was honestly never anything negative. She was always just so comfortable with her presence and looking really happy. My best friend would be amazing. I mean, I was almost expecting her to say, yeah, it's going really well. He does keep on wearing socks and sandals. I never came. If that day does come, then Kate, just remember we'll have a 2-hour challenge. Anyway, as their relationship progressed, and they moved in together, which was another reason that you were definitely a keeper. And so points to this, he was always so welcoming to me when I went round there. He'd even let me gate crash their Sunday morning fry-outs in my hungover state, and he was just such a gentleman. You know, and anyway, here we are today, and it just seems that all those decent guy criteria were pretty much spot on, because he's lovely. And you'll always be my best friend, Katie, but you guys are going to be such special best friends, and I'm really glad that you can have each other. So, let's do the final room.
Okay guys, just to let you know, Big Red Bus is going to be here in about 15-20 minutes. It's going to be just out here. There's a table with bubbles and gift bags for you all. And then for those of you coming down to the ship, we're going to jump on the Red Bus and head down. Okay guys?